Hello everyone, welcome to another amazing day at fmtraining.tv, where Nick is apparently, I don't know what Nick is doing, we'll get back to him in a second. uh, we are here to talk about the fantastic FileMaker platform and all the myriad of stuff that you can do with it, from no code to pro code. Nick is a fantastic UI designer, the best in the community as far as I'm concerned, and I don't think there's a lot of people who would argue with me on that point. So he'll be here discussing day 3 of dynamically programmable data fields in FileMaker, which should be very fun. Reminder, we stream on 3 platforms. We stream on Discord, we stream on YouTube, and we also do stream on Twitch. My name is Margaret. If I haven't mentioned that already, I'll be your broadcast engineer. Again, I'm here with Nick. Real quick, the schedule for the rest of the week is going to be, let's see, we got Tuesday and Wednesday with Nick, so dynamically programmable data fields in FileMaker day 3 and 4. We're going to finish that up. Nick is going to wrap that up for us. Thursday's going to be primary and foreign keys in FileMaker. We'll actually have Calvin for that. This is for beginners. It's going to be a very beginner conversation, so this should be fun. Friday is going to be the post-Claris executive Q&A review. It's going to be a big discussion again, like our last recap was, about what, because there will be an open Q&A with Claris, CEOs Brad and other people, so it should be fun and entertaining. And Monday and Tuesday is the start of a week-long performing a FileMaker solution audit. So, auditing your FileMaker database. That should be very interesting. It'll be 5 days a week, and there'll be a variety of engineers that pop up, but Richard will be mostly leading the charge on that one. Real quick, if you don't see like a discussion up here, you're like, oh, I want to talk about this or this or this or this. We do have our fantastic FM training bundle. One comes with FileMaker, one doesn't. It's a subscription. It's over 100 plus hours of video content at this point. It pretty much covers everything. It covers FileMaker Server, the FileMaker Platform, Cloud, WebDirect. You pick it, name it, we talk about it. So if you feel like supporting us, or you want to pursue more civic topics or get a more thorough education than just what we provide with the free live streams, feel free to do that. We greatly appreciate it, and you will learn a lot. Good to see you guys. It's great to have you here, like on this Tuesday. Okay, Nick, what on earth are you doing? What on earth are we doing?
So, hello everybody. So I am in Cartagena. So you can see it's by the sea. It's a city in Colombia. I love the city. I come here often for vacation and to enjoy my time here. But I'm here with you, and I'm working here for a week before I go to my new home. But I want to show you that I'm in a good condition of working. And so I'm going to switch to my computer. So I call you then.
Okay. I will call you then again, Nick. Okay.
So everything okay, everything under control. And so today it's the third day of this programmable field. How dynamic field? How the title? Because
the title is Dynamically Programmable Data Fields in FileMaker.
We need to find a shorter name for that. I can't remember it. It's too long. It's too long. Well, we need to find a programmable PD. What the acronym for that?
DPDF.
DPDF. Even this is difficult.
Well, okay, it's PDF with a D in front of it, so.
Oh, DPDF. Oh, see, yes. I can see the benefit. Okay, so today, we explored many things on this. The last 2 days and the last week, and so I'm going to recap a little bit. So here, what we want to do is to programmably change the create fields without create fields. Okay, so what we want to avoid, I'm going to repeat a little bit here. I'm going to move that out of my screen right quick. Okay, so what we want to avoid in the managed database, we want to avoid like thousands of fields or hundreds of fields that will make the everything very slow. So that's what we want to avoid. We want to avoid the creation of real fields, right? Okay, like here, So we don't want that. We want fields. We want the possibility to create fields without to put weight in the database. And for that, we create what I call, so I don't know if that's the right terminology, but what I call virtual fields. That means we are creating fields out of records. So it's exactly the same concept that we do with lists. We have virtual lists, okay, and we have virtual fields. I mean, a field that is there, we have the different type of fields, you know, number, date, text, and time, and all what you want. We can have a different style, different format, different everything you want. So we can have this without the burden to create fields in the managed database, right? So that's what we want to avoid. We want to avoid to create fields here. So, and for that we use a technique that we create records, we use records, and we give to the records all the attributes of the field, all the type of field we want, what the field is going to do, the name of the field. So everything we give that into we put that into our into a table, right? So the table looks like this. You know, the table looks very small as it okay. The table. So instead of creating thousands of fields, we just have a table with a mere field inside here, and we are going to give all the information that we want to give to in order to get a thing to work. What the field type, what the behavior, and if what inside this field has to be mandatory or not, if it's an active field or not, the order you want the field to appear, you know, the list of fields that you want to appear, some parameter that we can put some things that happen at the when you create the fields, and of course the name, you know, the field name. So this is what we create here. So we create that in the system here. We have a create for you kind of this table here, this thing, and for each type of asset. So here my example is this. Sorry, I forgot to tell you. So my example is this. You have different type of assets, right? So you have cell phones, and you have a computer, and so for computer you have this type of information, and then for another type of server, for example, you have this type of printer, for example, that you're the printer, you have different attributes here. If you have if you have here workstation, you have different type of attributes. So for each type of assets, you have different type of attributes, different properties, okay, of and information you want to gather inside inside the assets, in order to have infinite virtual. I'm putting virtual, okay, virtually infinite possibility of creating properties for an asset. We use that technique of creating records and use them as a field, okay. So each time you need a field, each time you need a category of fields, you know, you need a bunch of fields for one type of one category of assets. You call it from the system. So in order to get this to work, you need to have what I call a matrix. So you say for this type of object of asset, for iPad tablets, I need all of this. For firewall, I need this. For cell phone, okay, it's empty. For this one, I need this. For storage device, I need this. And you can see for each of them is different. You know, for example, so server box, you have a lot of things here, right? For server box, because you need the memory, you need the OS, processor, the node, if it's managed or not, number of port, the speed, the work group, all the information. So here you have 42 information just for the server box, right? So is that a Windows server, that another type of server, a Wi-Fi access point, the battery backup, you know. Okay, so for this you have a matrix. Okay, so today we are going to explore how we are transferring this matrix to the actual assets table. Okay, so you have two tables here. Okay, the first table, to do that you need two tables. The first table is what I call here. So here what you need to look at. Okay. So you have the asset property fields. This is where, this is the matrix. Okay. This is a matrix. This is where is a table where you're going to put the matrix. And you have here, actually, it is the property items. Okay. It's the property items. So now, the property items, it's the list that you have for each asset. This is here. This is the items, the property item that there, you know. So this is linked to the property asset property items. Okay. And the one here, when I go to system here, the one here in system, here. So I'm going here, then here. Okay. No, not this one. Where is this? Where's the property? Okay, here. So this one here is on the asset property field. So you have two tables, the items and the field. You put something in the field and then you import them inside all the matrix you need for that type of asset. You import it inside the items and then you have all the magic happening. So how it works, okay? How it works, how we do that, okay? To make sure that it's fast and running well, okay? So when you are in assets, when you are in assets, so here I have a button here. So I have an action that's going on. So when I'm here, when I select a type, for example, the tablets, okay, I have a script running, okay. What this script's doing? So the script itself is doing nothing really important. So it tells you if you have already something here. That means if you already have something here, I warn you that you have something here. You know, I show you, you have already a property, okay? So if you say, okay, it continues. If you say cancel, it just go away, okay? So I said I want to continue. And then here, I'm setting the type of assets with the new type, okay? So nothing fancy here, nothing crazy. And I have this, okay, the audit log, okay. Then this is a popover, so I'm telling the system close the popover because I don't want it. And then all the magic happened here in the perform suite on server. Yes, we do that on server. So that's why when I start this webinar, I said, okay, we are going to talk about a lot of things. We are going to mix a lot of techniques here. We have a lot of techniques mixed. We have the PSOs, we have the related value list, and we have a lot of hiding object, grouping of object in a smart way. You know, remember last time, the last webinar, we were talking about how to what's the name? How to hide objects by grouping them in a way that you can hide them in without building hidden state calculation. You know, hidden state calculation, visibility calculation that are insanely crazy with a bunch of and or. So to avoid that, please watch the webinar of last Tuesday. It was very, very interesting for learning how to hide objects and group them in a way in very simple manner. And so everything happened in a PSOS. So let's go and analyze what the PSOS is doing. Okay. So let's open this one, 2785, right? So 2785. Okay. So you can see it's not complicated because everything is there. So the script is not insane. You know, I don't have a bunch of loops. I don't have a bunch of complexity here. Okay. So because instead of building a big chunk of stuff, very complicated, I build many things small and easy. Okay. So many things easy is not making the thing complicated. Okay, so pretty much here I'm collecting the asset ID, of course, because I launched the script from one asset. Okay. So I launched the script for this asset. And in order to connect those items that I'm going to create a bunch of records. In order to connect them to the asset, of course, I need the ID. And the asset type, of course, I need the asset type. I'm selecting iPad tablets. So I need the asset type ID. I need to know which ID the asset will be. Okay. So I need to think the ID of the asset, and of course the asset ID, because I need to both to identify things. So let's continue. This is just to calculate the time. I'm going to the field, to the layouts, this layout here, because I'm going to perform a file. Okay, so I'm going to, let's go to this layout, SPF. Okay, SPF. So I'm going to this layout. Why? So this layout is very simple, because I'm going to do a kind of a research here. So I want the current asset type, and I want the asset type, I want the field I'm going to create to be active. Remember that in this layout here, I want you to make sure that I can understand. Remember, I have active, inactive. So I want to search for one asset type. I want to search the records that I have here, but only the active one. Okay, so that's very easy. So let's say I want to search iPad tablets. So here I'm going there, and I'm going to get the the ID type. Asset type. This is the asset type. This is the asset type for iPad tablet. So I'm going there. I'm going to my layouts. Where it is? I'm going to where it is? My layouts here. No, where's my layout? Hello. Okay, I'm going to this layout, which are all the fields. Here I have all the fields that I created, but I only want the asset type. I want this one, and remember, I said that I only want the active one, but they're all active. Okay, so because I have the flag one. Okay, here. So I want this one and the active one only. So when I do this and I have no errors, okay. So this is how you do that. How you handle this? You have a variable that collect the error, because I am going to because I'm going to reuse that in the future. So I need this. Okay. So I'm setting the error. I'm setting it. If I have an error, it's not doing anything, right? But if I don't have an error, here what I'm going to do, I'm going to export those records on the server. So on the server, the records will go and export them. So, but to export them, I need to get kind of a path. So I have in this file, in the Launchpad, I have this file prefix. So what this file prefix things do? It's to calculate your if you are a FileMaker or FileWin. Okay, so this is what this is doing. Get the FileMaker FileWin. Of course, I am in Mac, so I have FileMaker. Then I have the get temporary path. So I'm getting the temporary path because I want that to go in the temporary path. And then I'm naming the file. So for naming the file, I use UUIDs, because it's the best way to have always a file that is not replacing them. I don't want to replace the file. I want to keep them moving up, because for debug purposes is easier. And in many cases, I mean, I'm reusing the same technique, and you can use the same technique for many other different things. And to keep the ID is to have a new ID each time is kind of cool. And then you say which type of field you're going to export. Of course, if you say CSV, if you say CSV, and when you export your file, you say FileMaker Pro, you will have a problem because FileMaker Pro file type is FMP12, CSV, comma separated value, CSV. Okay, this is what you need to say. So I want to export a CSV, and so I'm doing. I'm going there. I'm saying I want CSV. Okay. Do we have any questions from now?
No, I'm looking around. Guys, feel free to ask questions. If you're lost, please tell us. We would love to know. Otherwise, we're just going to let Nick keep going. Lab of
Okay, cool.
typing.
Okay. Oh, each time I'm doing this is going.
Keep going. I've been told. Oh, Labo 404 wants to know CSV versus XLS.
No, XLS you cannot. I don't think you can export XLS on server. Need to be okay on server. Okay, so it's a good question because I'm not sure about CSV, but about XLS. But for CSV, for what you cannot export for sure here in this list is FileMaker Pro. You cannot. XML, HTML, you cannot. Merge, you cannot. I think you can only those two. To be checked. Kyle, if you want to check for me or whoever, I think FileMaker Pro, that for sure. XLS, I don't think so. I'm not sure. This, yes. This you cannot, for sure. This, I'm not sure. So I'm sure that I can export those two. So we need to go to the help and check for that. I don't like Excel that much. It's just because sometimes Excel is doing things weird, and you have some CSV is better for me. So when you export those fields, so you are in the field, so you export them in the file. So when you have this file, so comma separated, yeah. But it's not saying if I can import export directly from the support export include comma separated, okay. FileMaker Pro HTML table format export only, yes. Merge format, yeah. So we can. So the answer is yes. Can export. Okay,
cool.
Okay, so we have the answer. Go to layouts. So I'm going to so I exported the file. Okay, I exported my records, my records here. I export them. Now I'm going to the layout where I need to import them. Okay, so I'm going there. I'm going to the layout name ASP. Okay, so I close this and I'm going to ASP. When I go to ASP, so I export from the item, from the fields, and I go now to the item. So I'm here in ASP. Okay, so this is ASP. Let's go to the font view. And so this is where I have all the type, okay? All my field stuff. So the script continues, and now what I'm doing here, I am perform a restore, okay? Because I need to find, remember, I asked the question, you have already something in these assets, remember? And I said, yes, I want to replace. Okay, so this is what he's doing. First, he go there, he look for this asset ID. If he finds something, he delete all the records that he found. I strongly recommend that you put an ID error here to make sure that you're not deleting all the records of the table. Remember, this is if something wrong happened for unknown reason. If you don't have this, you delete all the records. You delete all the records of the table. If that is a potential error that you need to make sure that you catch this. So when you deleted all the records that you need to delete, I mean, you want to replace you want to replace it. Okay. So what you do now, you import the records in the record you exported it. You import them into another table. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to this layout. I'm exporting the layout, the fields. I'm exporting the record. Sorry. I'm going to this layout. I delete what needs to be deleted, and I import the layout, the record that I have exported. Okay. Then, okay, this is it's else. If you have an error here, it's not doing this; it's doing this instead. And then everything okay. So now I have those records linked here. Okay. So do we have question? Yeah, we have question.
I'm looking. I don't particularly see any in Twitch or YouTube.
Agent Chevy doesn't have a record. The export order in the import order need to match, right? Yes. Actually, yes. You need to match the classic import, right? So when you import this, you need to make sure that the source file and the target file, you have the thing that goes. You need to make sure on this. And of course, yes, they need to match. And of course, but they're not matched. And of course, you need to get all those auto entry calculations to work, because I am heavily counting on auto entry calculation, and that's what we are going to watch right now. So far, the export and import technique, everybody, I mean the order, yes, but the order, yeah, because I'm importing the order in the order. So I have order here, okay? So whatever number you have in the order here, it's just a matter of sorting, right? I'm not very comfortable creating thousands of empty records. What do you think of create them? Why empty records, Labo? I am not very. Where are you creating 1,000 records here? I'm exporting. If I have 10 records, I'm going to export 10 records. I export 10 records. I search them. So in my case here, I'm going. In my case here, if I go to ISPF, okay. So in that case, I don't know. Yes, that's what I want to avoid. That's why I'm saying that. So in that case here, so I'm going to export this. I'm going to export 11 records. I'm going to export 11 records, not thousands. So that's the beauty of the technique to export them. You don't have a virtual list with 2,000 records ready and you fill up only no, I'm not using that technique. This technique is a piece of what you know. So I'm optimizing. I'm going to the layout. I'm searching what I need to be exported. I export only what I need to be exported. Then I'm going there and I'm importing what I need to be imported. In that case, 11 records. I mean, the first field in the order, export order will match the first field in the output. Yes. No. It's an import export. It's an import export. It's an import export, and the file will always be the same. You're going to the export of this order will always be there, and then you don't have to have the same order. You don't need. What you need is the data of this to match the data of this. It's an import. You don't need to have the first, no, because we don't need agency. We don't have this issue we had before where the import will break because you create the fields in the middle. No, it's not doing that anymore because we have the new import dialog and we have a new import system that fix that issue. So what you need to do is to make sure that that field here matches with the field here. That's all what you need to do here. And since the the imports script step here will always import something you just exported in the same order. You don't have a problem here. Okay. So the order match first field of export match field. No, Ruben, it doesn't have. It doesn't have. It doesn't have, but it's okay. It's an import export. It's a FileMaker import export. We don't need to match the order in order to make the thing to work, because we can remap on the fly what we need to map. You need to map here. You need to map it. So if the field, you understand? No. Okay. So you need to. You need to go and watch the video about export import, because you don't need to import export doesn't need to be in the order. You don't need to. Just what you need to make sure that the field you have here is going to match the field you have here, and that's why you can change it. You know, that's why you can make sure that the field you have here, and if you want this one, you can change. You can change it. You can change it. You can change it. Right? You can change the order here. In this one, in this new system here, you can change. Yes, completely. It's not at all the same. It's not like before. You can go there and type whatever you want. You want that to be asset. You want this to be order. You want this to be item. You need. So what you need to know is this one is where you want to go. This, I don't know when this comes. It's coming 18 or 17. I don't know. I don't remember. Okay, so yeah, this is just a data here. It's just data. We can change this. Okay, forget about this one. This one was this one we don't need. So now I'm going to explain the thing here, how we can. So if we don't have any other question on export import.
I don't think so.
Yes, because the export doesn't show us which field we are mapping. Yes, it's true. So it's true because I don't have the field. The field is creating on the fly. So if you want, I can show you how I'm doing this because it's perturbing people. So I can show that. So how we do this? Because I export a file that doesn't exist, because the file always change name because it's based on the UUID. So I never had the file. I never had the file, and I don't point a file physically here to import. I'm importing a variable. See here, I'm importing a variable. I'm importing whatever file. I have here. So yes, that's what you do. You do this, Scott Ken. It's a good technique. But I can show you how I'm doing things to make sure the thing works. So we said this is a P source, okay? It's a P source. So instead, what I'm doing here, I'm making sure that P source I'm not using the P source. I'm running the file. I'm running the scripts. I'm running this script not on P source. Okay. So we already covered many times how we do this, how we don't do P sources. Okay. So if I deactivate this, this will be performed locally. It will be performed on my clients. So this is the way you do. You perform the same script with the same parameters, but instead to perform on script on server, you create a new window, you perform the script, and you close the window. This will do exactly as performing the script on server, but it will run it locally. So let's debug the thing. Okay, so to go to their what's the name? Let me clean it this. To go to their first of all, you need to go to the here. Okay, this is a temporary folder. Okay, so you need to go to the temporary folder. It's a S11. Okay, this S10 or S11 is in this. You need to go there. So I'll let you see it. Okay, I can even take this and post it on Discord. Okay, so this is where you need to go. Private var folder F this and this. Okay, this is where you need to go to the temporary folder. To get the address of the temporary folder in your computer is easy. You go there, data viewer, okay, and you say get temporary folder. Then you know where to go. Correct? You know exactly where to go. And so Macintosh HD, var, folders, F. You can change computer to computer. You can change the FileMaker version to FileMaker version. What will change will be S11, S10. This is based on the operating system. Of course, I don't have a var and a folder and F. I don't have this on PC. I have something else, right? So you type here on watch get temporary folder and you have the address where you need to go. Very easy. So you need to go to the temporary folder, okay? But I already showed that multiple times, but I'm going to show that again. So you go to the temporary folder, okay, and you select this, for example, and you run it locally. So you run it locally. So you go, okay, you go until it says, until you go to close, okay. Now you set the variable, you open a new window, okay. You perform the scripts, and you perform the script. Normally this script is on server, but now I'm launching it locally, and I go there, and look what happened here in this folder. Look what happened in this folder, okay. Here, look this. I'm going to export this. Bam. Now I have a file. So what I do here at that point, what I do, I kill the script because it did what I want the script to do, to create a file with the data. Now I can go to my script. I go to my import stuff, and I say, okay, I have a file now. You keep this, okay? And you say add a file, right? And you go there. And you select this file, the file that you just exported in the temporary folder. And you open it. So now the import dialog, now you have data. Okay? You have data, correct? So now you can remap whatever it is. Asset type, ID, the behavior is an edit box, file type, it's mandatory, it's empty. Property title, it's an operating system. Order, I don't have order. Value import, I don't have anything to import. And I have the ID of, and that you can see, as you can see, it's not in the order, but I don't really care. Right? So, because I can remap, I remap. So we don't care. But now I have my stuff. So I'm creating my order with this file, this test file or construction file, whatever. Okay, and now you don't care anymore if this file is no longer accessible because it will disappear. This file will disappear it will go away, So you don't care if you don't see the thing. You have your order, is there. The next time this variable here will give you a file, will give you a name of the file, okay? It will work with that order. If you need to change, you need to do what I'm doing right now, is to run the script locally, export a file, run this export, stop it, stop the script, go there, use this one as a test, as a sample, okay, and rebuild the import order. If that's okay, has everybody got it?
Did they get it? Like, there's currently discussion about Windows, I think, in the Windows with the mapping being unavailable. But I don't know about that being the case.
Okay, so anyway, you can rewatch the video multiple times, so I don't have to repeat myself. We have a lot of webinars where I'm explaining this technique. So because you're on server, so you cannot debug anything on server. You cannot create on server. So you need to run the script on locally, make the thing happening, use that as a base, a foundation to create your imports kind of for mapping. And then you don't even care about it because that will work on server. So now you say, mapping, everything as I just display work on both Windows and Mac. So what I want to show this now, the 15 minutes that we have left. So we exported this, but at that point, I just say, this is an edit box or radio button. Edit box, see? I have only, okay, radio button, pop-up menu. I have only this information, but how I can translate this with reality, how I can make that a real radio button, how I can make that a real pop-up menu or drop box, or whatever, okay? How I can make that happening, okay? How I can make that happening. So, when I import this information into my other layout here, I'm importing this, right? And I'm importing this. I have, if it's a text, if it's a number, I have a lot of text here, but sometimes I have number, I don't always found match. I have calendar, dates. I have, I might have numbers sometimes. Okay, so I can have different type of object, right? Numbers, text, dates, time, I can have all of this. And I have the behavior, the edit box, the calendar. So I have the two information that I'm going to translate that into reality. And how you do this? Remember, I told you this here. This is last time, when I explained this. I have this here in this here. I have the group of date field, the group of number field, the group of number field currency, the group of number field, and the group of text fields. Okay, so I have multiple groups. Inside those groups, I have, this is a type of field. Okay, date, number, text. Now inside each group, I have, it's an edit box, a drop down, a pop up, a checkbox, or radio button. That's for text. For numbers, an edit box, a drop down, a pop up, a checkbox, radio button. Okay. For numbers field with currency, or for date field, I only have edit box and drop down calendar because that was what I want. So thanks of this, each group here is going to be hidden and displayed based on the type. So if the type is not, I'm going to hide this group of objects. I'm going to hide this group if the type is not date. If the type here is not number, I'm going to hide it. If if it's not number, I'm going to hide it. If this is not currency, I'm going to hide it. And if this is text, I'm going to hide it. So the first level of hidden states, which group will show up. It's this the hidden state is on the group. Now, inside the group, I'm going to decide which one is going to show based on the behavior. Is that an edit box, or is that a drop-down menu? Okay. Yeah, remember I have a bug here. So is that a pop-up menu? Is that a drop-down menu? Okay. Is that a checkbox? So this will hide and show based on a first level of hidden state based on type. And this will show up or disappear based on the behavior. So type will decide which group of field will show up, and this one will display or hide the type of field that will the behavioral field, right? So okay, so this is what it's doing here. So now thanks to this behavior here, if I go, I have so many windows I can. If I go there, right? If I go there, I display this checkbox. No, I'm deciding which one is which, right? I'm deciding. So I'm deciding. So by this, okay. So this is how it works. Now, it's by showing and hiding the possibility. So last time I explained to you how to hide and show the thing here. Now I show you how you connect those things to the reality. So now, before we go, I want to explain something else. So now we show and hide the data. Now, I want, okay, as you can see, I am showing different type of object here, right? I'm showing and hiding different type of objects. So the value, the text, the time, the dates, this is where I'm putting the thing. That's why sometimes you have this because it's a time. So this is definitely it's a date. So when you enter something, it will be wrong for other number will be okay, but that's a number, that's a text, that's a number. So what you do here, it's you have different type of different. You have different fields, and you are going to enter the data inside each field. So let me show you because I'm not clear. Sorry for that. This is the value time. That's the value for the time, the value for the text, the value for the number, the value for the date. Okay, so that the four different type of field we have. This one, okay, the type of fields. Okay, so far so good. Okay, so far so good. So when you enter something here. On text, if this is the date, so let's go to text for example. This is a text, a radio button, okay? So if you go, new record, and you enter something in text, okay? This is what you get, okay? So you enter something in text. When you go there and you got something in number, if you create a new one, and you go to the number, the text number. You go to the text field number, okay? The data will be entered inside this, in number, right? So for each type of field, you have a field that is corresponding to enter the data. Otherwise, you won't have the behavior. You won't have the right behavior here. You understand? What we want to have here is the right behavior, okay? So when we have a date, we need a date, okay? So if I go to the Lamborghinis here, this, I want that to be a date, okay? Here, I want that to be a date. But the behavior of a date, if you enter text, it will tell you, it's not a date. than the behavior of a date field. Okay, so that's why we need a date field here, and this is how you decide which one is a date field. But because it's not because you say, oh, by the way, this is a date. This is a date. It's not because you said this that the field here will be a date. No, you need to display a date field that has been declared and defined in FileMaker as a date in order to get the date's behavior, okay? Because I want a date behavior. I don't want a text behavior disguised as dates, right? I want the date behavior, the real date behavior, right? So that's what I want.
We do have a question real quick.
Okay.
From Stu. So you import into the import field and then calculate the appropriate field based on the type?
Yeah, but I'm not importing data. That's the point. I'm not importing data. Forget about this. This is for tomorrow. I'm not importing data. By definition, I want the thing to be empty because I'm going to import something. I'm going to type something. I'm going to do the order. Oh, it's Nick Hunter. I'm not importing Nick Hunter. Nick Hunter is empty. I'm just importing this name, what it is, a date. I'm importing this. I'm importing if it's a calendar, if a date field. I'm importing if it's which asset type I'm in, which ID asset I am in. If I need to show this or not. The name of the property, this name here, I'm importing this. I'm importing plenty of that, but here I'm not importing nothing here because by definition, I want to display something. I want to enter something, so I'm not importing values in value. Okay. Sometime I do, but that's for tomorrow. I'm doing more. Okay, that's for tomorrow. But for now, I don't want that to happen. I don't want to import data inside here. So I'm going to put data here myself. I'm going to type things, I'm going to type things. So you don't want to import things because you want to type something. Okay. So you want to see something as an empty field. Okay. So you don't have anything to import. What you want is empty field, right? So that's why. But tomorrow we are going to display how we evaluate things that should be automatically happening, like okay. Hello?
Yeah, we're still here.
Yeah. Okay. So somebody was calling me. So where I'm going here. So sorry, I clicked the wrong button. So tomorrow we are going to see that. We are going to see the parameter here. We are going to see this, we are going to see the parameters. When you say, okay, I want to get current date, for example, okay? I want that, for example. So we are going to show that, we are going to see that tomorrow, how we do the parameters, and that is importing. That I'm going to import this and evaluate it, okay? So that's why I need that to be to happen. So, but that tomorrow.
Okay, that sounds like it's going to be awesome.
Okay, I guess I'm confused. Why we are auto-calculating values? Tomorrow.
That'll be a tomorrow discussion? Okay.
Yes.
So, Stu, we will get back to that tomorrow. Please remember, you don't have to remember, actually, it'll be right here waiting for us.
Yeah. I'm evaluating things because, okay, give me the get current date without evaluating. Stu. You need to evaluate this, No, you don't think so? So pretty much he's doing this. If I'm going there, okay, evaluate this, it gives you the date. When you importing makes sense now, okay. But it was making sense before this too. You are importing records to make how you get those things to it wasn't the name, the field label, if it's a type, if it's a text or not. What you want to do the loop. You want to do that? No. The export import was making sense since the beginning. Without this. Anyway, so you can say whatever evaluates evaluate. This is a text. This is a text. You know, I put quote between this. Okay. I'm putting text in a text field. I'm going to put that as a text, and that is how we do calculation outside. Calculation outside FileMaker. Yes, no, Ruben, this technique is very cool. So how we can calculate something outside of FileMaker, you don't need to go there in order to get something calculated. Okay, so you can go there. You can go there. So let's see. I'm going to re-show this value import here. Okay, I'm going to show this. So I have a new field, a new record, and here I said get current date. Okay, this is what I say here, and boom, automatically current date. Why? So and I changed. I said, okay, get account name, Spring. Oh, it didn't change because something else, but okay, new record. Account name, and here I have nothing because it's a number. This is a date, question mark, because it's a false date. It doesn't work. Account name is not a date. This is a date field, question mark. It's a time, question mark. But we don't care because when you evaluate this, when you import, you're going to display the right type. You don't put account name with a field as a date. You don't, because it doesn't make any sense. As a field, as a text, yes. As a text, right? It makes sense. Now you put here, you can import get current date. Okay, get current date. If the dates, you declare that the date. With a behavior calendar. Makes sense. So when you build something here, you need to make sure that what you're going to build makes sense. Is that a date? And you put get current date, but that is good, okay? But if you put a time and you said get account name, it won't work, which is normal, right? You can put here get current date in a text field. That will work, but it won't be a date. You understand that all will make sense tomorrow. So we need to. So that's why That's why we evaluate this. That's why we evaluate this. We make a bunch of evaluation here. Evaluate the value import is because I'm evaluating the script things, but I already did half of my stuff for tomorrow. I'm going to repeat tomorrow. Don't worry.
I think tomorrow is going to be very interesting indeed.
Yes, tomorrow we are going to show that. I'm going to insert questions, and I'm going to show more about this, how to make calculation outside of FileMaker, how we can launch scripts with this system. When you import, you can launch something on server, or it's really cool. Actually, it's very cool.
Yeah, no, that'll be awesome. Okay, and then I think we're gonna wrap it up for today. If you're good.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good to go.
Awesome. All right, then. Thank you, everyone, for coming. We appreciate it. We will hope to see you tomorrow for part 4. You have a good one. Bye.
Bye-bye.
stepped up the whole way. Calm, cool, collected the quarterback. Great read, good patience. More importantly, great job up front protecting this quarterback to give you a chance. And that's all you can ask for.
Try to rally down 10. 9:25 to go here in the fourth. Short motion by Amendola from the left. Brady takes the shotgun snap, stands in, throws it left for Amendola, reaches up and snacks a high throw and lands inside the 10, rolling to the 9. Ball slightly behind him, again he makes the grab.